here in Orchard Park, New York. Straight ahead, a good one in store this afternoon. It's the Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles. It's the Philadelphia Eagles.
And now, your five-time defending AFC East champion, Buffalo Bills.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. The veteran Matt Prater has this one set to get started. And off we go in Western New York. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here come the Eagles, and they are led by the reigning Super Bowl MVP. What a season for Jalen Hurts. Took the Eagles to the mountaintop. Now his 6th season in the NFL.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that. Mike, this defense talked all week about the importance of coming out fast and starting this game the right way, and it's less about the loss of yards there on that first play and more about just setting the tone. Hey, we're going to be here all day. We're bringing it. And boy, did they ever.
A second down throw for Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today.
Still third down.
Dotson, the man in motion. On third down, it's Hurts. That's complete. Tight end Goddard. 18 yards on the connection. First down, Philadelphia.
18. That's good for an Eagles first down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
On first down, it's Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. And he'll be run out of bounds. It's a good gain on first down. They pick up 7 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
And he's come out of the game on fire here, Mike, early. He's yet to throw an incompletion on this opening drive, and as he now approaches the opponent's side of the field and they start thinking points on that other sideline, this defensive play caller has to be looking at that call sheet saying, what can I do to slow this guy down? Because with the way this game has started, he could be in for a big day.
That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. And it'll bring up second down.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
So, from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. Hurts again. He finds Devontae Smith.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a first down.
Here's Barkley. This one in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead.
7, Bills nothing.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Bills offense are heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sidelines, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback. You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
That's good for Bills.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Oh, and he is depleted on that one. Picked up, thrown down behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
The tight end, Kincaid, in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Complete to Brandon Cooks. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Third and 7. They'll go play action here with Allen. And that is incomplete. attack, but no flags.
Incomplete.
It's going to be fourth down.
Results in a fourth
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over now for the second time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
They'll run. It's Barkley. And he'll get forward for a couple. It is Joey Bosa there on the tackle.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. That one caught by Smith. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
And an Eagles 1st down. A gain
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll run it here with Saquon. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Now Hurts. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? To throw is Hurts. He's going to air this one out, looking for Dotson.
Hurts pass.
I think that's one he's going to look at on film tomorrow and walk back. I mean, there was enough space there to get the first down. I know the ball takes him a little bit out of bounds, but he's got to get your first foot down, drag the second. That's how they teach it. Just can't quite get it done.
55-yard attempt.
Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Jake Elliott to kick
And
off
back to
for
work goes
Philadelphia.
Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Johnson now to return. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. Room to run at the 35. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard
Well, really nice start
line.
here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 2. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Allen going to throw on first and 10. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's second and 7. That's Palmer, the man in motion. To throw again, it's Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Allen to throw again. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass ball's incomplete.
It's clear whatever they were trying to set up was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
Second and 10. Throwing again is Allen. He's going to run it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And I think the Eagles have it. Yes, they do.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive. The
Eagles offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. Second down.
At the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now it's Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give him 10 more on that one. And another 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game. But when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for. It's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
A gain there of 27 yards.
Eagles, 1st down.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage.
And he's in. What a try. Devontae Smith, touchdown, Eagles. Greg, offensive coordinator's script the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive. They've been efficient right since the start of this one. And I'll tell you what, Mike, if they continue to build on this lead here early, this is going to be a long day for this defense.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Eagles move further out in front. It is now 17-0.
Bills, nothing.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be taken down on what will be the final play of this opening quarter. We are through one. 17-0, the early score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. The Bills with it to start quarter number 2 as they are set to start the drive with 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's into the hands of the veteran Cooks. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
15 yards.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. And another first down, and another big gainer, this time 23 yards.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And he'll take it on in. Brandon Cooks, touchdown, Bills. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bills are back in this one. It's 17-7.
Bills 7.
So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Devontae Smith and the rest of the Philly offense heading back onto the field. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. To throw is Hurts. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And he gets this up close to the 40. The safety, Jordan Poyer, up to make the stop.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Hurts. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in back.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Hurts now on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
Ooh. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Bills offense and veteran Brandon Cooks getting set for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Out of bounds at his own 48-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Man, that's the veteran Cooks. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
And the Bills
17 yards on that play. Good for a Bills 1st down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup and get a fresh set of downs.
He'll find Shakir open right side. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 4. Allen going to give it to Cook. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down, Buffalo.
1st and 10.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. From the gun, here is Allen. That's over the middle to his tight end, Kincaid. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Buffalo.
This is one of those cases, Mike, where the play caller understands, I got 3 points in my back pocket. There's no need here to be conservative. Let's keep this drive alive and see if we can come away with a touchdown. But instead of just trying to pick up the 1st down, they go for the big one, and it's a perfect throw, great catch, and they come away with 6.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Bills are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14.
Bills 14.
So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Bigsby to return it. Whoa! He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. And now Sean McDermott will throw the challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. They'll motion a tight end right. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
He was brought down by Matt Milano. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line.
That's Goddard in motion. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. Left side, it's caught by Brown. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
5-yard gain on the play.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
The pass on 1st down. Terrell Bernard on the stop. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Bills' 47-yard line.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
That's complete. Tight end Goddard. A pickup of 15 in the air. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
Eagles 1st down. A gain of 15. 1st down, Philadelphia.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup.
And he's into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the 1st half.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead.
Bills 14.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. He's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Looking to throw. It's Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Here's a handoff to Cook. And he'll take this up past the 40. Pick up a 5.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Catch is made there on the left side by Cooks. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Forced the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And he is going to have the Bills' first down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
This is a little bit of a tough spot for a play caller, Mike. 4th down, is it close enough that I can run the ball? Is it far enough that I have to risk a pass? That took some courage to call a run play, and fortunate for them, they're able to celebrate after.
Once again, it's Cook. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Jalen Phillips in on the stop.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Allen to throw. This one complete to Palmer. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Open man is Davis. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 26-yard line.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. To throw again, it's Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Bills first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Now he'll run. And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
Another Bills first down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Hook. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
At the Eagles' 4-yard line.
In motion goes Cooks. Throwing on 2nd down. It's out. To the goal line and in. Dawson Knox. Touchdown, Bills. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Now Prater to tack on the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bills cut the lead to 3. 24-21.
Bills 21.
So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Bigsby to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. And in motion is Brown. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He takes off. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. The screen works for 10 yards and a first down.
The relationship between the back and the offensive lineman is now the key for the run after catch. You want to make sure those linemen don't get too far down the field where they can't help protect the back. So once the running back catches it, there's a go-go call. Now everyone knows it's time to go downfield. The running back falls in behind them, and that's the landmark of the screen play. The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. And in motion is Brown. On second down, Hurts. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up the first down.
Whoa! He'll get that out to Barkley. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half.
Jake Elliott to kick
3
off
points,
for
all that
Philadelphia.
separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bills offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. Quick throw, taken in. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 1. They run out of the gun. It's Cook. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
3rd and 2. Now Allen. That's going to be caught by Kincaid. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, Buffalo.
And the Bills, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
Not much there. Maybe a yard.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. Now Cook loses the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in. But this is going to go down as a big loss on the play. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times. And I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged the bullet. I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. 4th down. Here's Allen. He's got his man. That's Coleman. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35.
It's a gain of 16
The risk
yards.
pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
1st down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Cook. He'll manage only a couple. Reed Blankenship coming up from his safety spot to make the stop.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. And it's great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Raiders' kick is good. And the Bills will tie the game at 24.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Here comes Will Shipley on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Eagles offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Both these offenses have been informal. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this third quarter, and it's 1st and 10. and in motion is Brown. A fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley, and he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Hurts going to fire this one out to Smith. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3. Hurts will try it again. He'll step up and run this. Hurts will give himself up here at the end, but not before he picks up a first down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
Hurts going to hold on to this one. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 25, here's 2nd and a yard. They bring a tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, Barkley. We'll get this inside the 20, and nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down.
They're doing a really nice job of keeping this defense on their heels with this balanced attack. We've seen them be effective both run and pass, and right now the defense just doesn't seem to have an answer.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Barkley. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Eagles first down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on third down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
And he's got another one. Saquon Barkley, touchdown Eagles. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. And making a hat trick, that is his third rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Eagles will go up by 7.
Eagles 31, Bills 24.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Allen now on second down. Now he'll run it. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Now Allen on first down. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
A run out of the gun with Cook. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Nolan Smith makes the tackle.
9-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
Here now, second and 9 from the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Complete to Brandon Cooks. That's a gain of 6. Brings up third and 3.
Third down and 3. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Bills first down.
That's another Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike, and they keep the drive alive.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
He was brought down by Sidney Brown. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Eagles' 19-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. The elusiveness on display there. Nifty footwork setting up 1st and goal.
That's good for a Bills first down.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
From the gun, here is Allen. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Now Allen. And he's in. Dawson Knox. Touchdown Buffalo. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills will even the score here in the 3rd. So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. Here is Shipley on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Now a quick throw taken in by Brown. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
For an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Hurts. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Hurts finding Smith, and an Eagle. 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, 4th quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame him.
And he tries to get to the edge, but cannot do it. Good job by the defense. No gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. And he'll take it on in. Devontae Smith, touchdown Philadelphia. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
On is Elliott to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles will go up by 7.
38, Bills 31.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. To return, here's Ray Davis. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll start on the ground with Cook. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down.
Shut down. Motion. Check. Shift.
Allen will throw. He's got his man. That's Kincaid. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Buffalo.
And the Bills, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Great run after the catch in the open field. A pickup of 24.
1st and 10 at the 15.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 3-yard line.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Allen going to keep it on his own read. Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1.
2nd and goal.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
They'll run with Cook. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
The play lost a yard.
I give that defense all the credit in the world there, Mike. And offensively, you find yourself 1st and goal from the 1. You have to find a way to get that last yard and put the ball in the end zone. There's no excuses to miss a touchdown here.
On 3rd and goal, here's Allen. He's got his big tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Bills. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter.
38-all.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Bigsby to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with first down. Man in motion is Smith. Hurts using the pop pass. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. Throwing is Hurts. He'll go. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Bills signal that they have it, and they do.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Allen going to give it to Cook. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Cook, the ball carrier, brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, you're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this 4th quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. Here is Shipley on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good gain on 1st down. They pick up 7 yards.
Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's 2nd and 2. Now Hurts. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Hurts finding Smith and an eagle. First down.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
On play action, here's Hurts. Looking right side, he's got a receiver. It's Smith. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. To the air again. Hurts. He's got his man. It's Smith. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle. He's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
At the 35-yard line.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15. And a first down.
Here in the fourth quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left. So you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the fourth quarter. The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Cooper going in motion. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. To the goal line and in. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Eagles. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Elliott on now for the PAT. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. It's slant into the hands of Shakir. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. 10 yards for number 10 on that one, and it's 1st and 10.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Allen going to throw on 1st and 10. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. Pick up of 14 on that one. Good for a Bills 1st down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Allen to throw again. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
13 yards.
Allen to his tight end, Kincaid, and the Bills have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll look to throw yet again. Pass taken in by Johnson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Now 2nd and 4. Now a design run. It's Allen. And he's in. Josh Allen. Touchdown Buffalo. Well, they were not hiding anything there. The quarterback takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for the touchdown.
And this was a run from the jump, Mike. There was no disguising anything. There was 10 guys blocking and 1 guy running. And in this case, it's the quarterback taking it in for 6.
Now, remember, all scoring plays are reviewed. Tight game, tight call. They're going to take a good long look at this one. At issue, did the ball cross the goal line? A reminder, it just needs to be the tip of the football just breaking the front of the plane where that white goal line begins. And it needs to be indisputable, which can sometimes be difficult with all those bodies in there.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule, in fact, he did not get the football across the plane, the goal line. Now, 1st and goal. They'll run with Johnson. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Ty Johnson. Touchdown, Bills.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
the score, Bills 48, Eagles 45.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Bigsby to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. So now it's Jalen Hurts and the Eagles down by a field goal. Less than 90 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves as they come up with first down. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He takes off. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. So the Eagles will use their first time out here, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To throw is Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 48-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll step up and run.
Well, the quarterback didn't gain a whole lot there, Mike, but frankly, he didn't need a whole lot either. Nice job understanding the situation, when to pull it down, and he's able to pick up the first down on his own.
First down, Philadelphia.
Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. This one is caught by Dotson, and they'll take this down inside the 35. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd, and the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Short pass. He's got count to Terra. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts, and they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On 2nd down, Hurts. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a gain of 7.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So it's a win here for the Bills. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.